Welcome back everyone, Maverick here, and today we are continuing in our playthrough of Two Betrayals for Halo Combat Evolved on the Xbox. Now part 1 was a bit of a warm-up. Not because it was totally easy, Two Betrayals overall is a hard level, and particularly those two first long hallways are tough when you just have a shotgun and a plasma pistol. But part 2 will be considerably harder, mostly because it involves more confined spaces, more enemies. You've got the flood now that'll get mixed in. You've got way more elites. You don't have any vehicles. You'll find yourself with a weapon mismatch here and there if you're not careful, and you'll also find yourself short of ammo with a shotgun if you're not careful. For all these reasons, it is a very tough stretch that we're about to make into Canyon B, terrible name, and then subsequently the second phase pulse generator. So let's jump on in right where we left off on Legendary for Two Betrayals. Alright, we get a little jump start. That checkpoint must have been in the mid-jump. Alright, let's head on in. Ooh, you know, I didn't think I was going to get that assassination, but I did. Alright, now this... Look at this, they're already trigger happy. Now the key to success on Two Betrayals, particularly this stretch that we're about to embark on, is to not rush out there when your shield is not fully charged. Oh, 4 shotgun blasts for a Jackal. If you're keeping track of shotgun ammo efficiency, that was poor. I guess I should have used my plasma pistol here. And you'll notice that I dropped the rocket launcher. I guess I didn't even mention that. I'm keeping very close track of it because I am going to come back and pick it up. It is very important to the success of this level. Alright, now I would have fired that, but there were 2 elites there. I'm not sure I want to take on 2 at the same time. Alright, well, 3 shotgun shells for a grunt. Again, not my best work. We got lucky there. That purple elite could have definitely engaged me. He chose not to. Alright. Now this area over here... Oh, I almost got the stick, but I didn't. Alright. That area, you don't really want to take that head on like I'm trying to do right there. You're going to want to swing around this way. Don't forget, rocket launcher's right there. And the rocket launcher's not going to disappear. You know, I have a big problem with weapons disappearing on me when I'm playing co-op because somebody will advance into the next area, load a checkpoint, and certain weapons will disappear. That's unlikely to happen when you're just playing by yourself. God, 2 elites. Now look, yeah, that's an interesting thing that just happened. I still have 5 bars on my health, but it went from blue to yellow. You don't see that very often. Did I stick him? I don't think I did, damn. I'm getting close. Now, the advantage of swinging around right here is you have a better angle for grenades. Oh, this guy made a mistake. I was going to say he made a mistake because I was going to pop him with a shotgun. But, he made a really big mistake if he was running at me with that little health. Now, I know I'm out of plasma pistol and I gotta go get a new one. That's not a problem. Oh, wow. Fate has smiled on me and frowned on the Jackal. There's still, if my calculations are correct, still an elite, unless he died in that explosion. I'm being extra cautious because anything can happen on this level. I don't mess around right here, you know, I just throw grenades. Did I stick that guy? I don't know. Either I'm really close or I can't tell if I've stuck someone, but sooner or later we will stick someone. It'll be nice and clear. Heading back to get that rocket launcher. And a plasma or 2 if I can manage. Alright, so we got 5 rockets. That's really good for this part of Two Betrayals. If we can keep our rockets up, they'll be extremely valuable later on when we have to take on Banshees and Wraiths. Alright. Now I am bringing it forward, but we're going to drop it again. So for the moment, it's just this burden that we have to keep track of. Alright, these guys will spawn when they do. This is another example of a long hallway where you don't really have a good ranged weapon. I guess the plasma pistol is serving as a good one, but you'll notice I'm just charging it up and blasting. I mean, I gotta go get a new one. It's really not intended to be used like that. It uses the charge on it way too fast. What is up with people charging me with no health and no shield? I guess it worked. That jackal survived. Yeah, I'm not afraid. Oh, no, he didn't survive. You can kill elites this way. It's unlikely. Shooting at the elites is mostly just to keep them at bay. Oh, got one though. Now that's going to make this a lot easier, because usually you run down here and you have to take on both elites at the same time. Well, they're giving out some serious death cries. I haven't heard of wart, wart, wart yet, but we got 2 really good death cries, so equivalent in my book. Alright, let's see. We've got our rocket launcher that we're still toting around. We got max plasmas. We got no frags. That's too bad. Alright, now we're about to encounter the Flood, where we'll get plenty of frags from them. Stay to the left here, because they won't see you and they'll just duke it out with the Covenant up there. Now the Covenant are always going to win. They got tons of elites up there. Even a Goldilocks elite, so you'll know the tussle's over when it goes silent. Hearing a lot of elites crying though. Alright. They're still going. This is the longest I've ever seen the Flood last. Okay, here we go. Now, if we're lucky, we'll catch an elite and we'll be able to stick one. Ah, damn. Okay, I was wondering why he was ducking. It's because he had low health. Pick up some frags here. Now there's going to be an aggressive yellow elite. Yeah, there he is. Don't be afraid of him. Be afraid of these jackals. Alright. I gotta listen to my own rule. To win on Two Betrayals, you have to hide when your shield is down. Don't be a hero. That is how you die, I promise. And there's a health pack right there, so we'll come get that sooner or later. Damn! Okay, there's the rocket. You know, I said damn in frustration because occasionally on Halo 1, a rocket launcher or some other weapon will go flying and it'll get lodged in the wall, like actually inside the wall, where you can maybe see it and you can maybe pick it up, but oftentimes you can't pick it up. That would have been bad news for us, I'll say that. So thank goodness it's still there. And you'll notice again, a small tactic, but an important one, is I'm conserving my shotgun ammo. Maybe to a degree that I don't need to, but go get another plasma pistol. But trust me, there's going to be a room with a bunch of Flood, and if you're out of shotgun, it becomes one of the hardest parts of the entire level. And if you have a shotgun, it's still pretty darn hard, but not nearly as hard. So we're doing hella good. I know I sound ridiculous with 45 shells saying that, but we do have to pass quite a few more rooms without encountering shotgun ammo, because we're not going to see shotgun for a while. Pick up that plasma. Oh, we got a stick. That was a clear stick. Now that guy would have had a blue screen. Okay, Flood are out. Flood are out. That is our key to remember. Let them duke it out. Unless they chase you, then pop them in the face. Alright, here we go. We'll pick up our health pack while we're at it. Boom, back to full health. Alright, now be careful. The Flood, as we know from the library, can swarm you in an instant. You gotta stay on top of it. Shit. I was just firing at anything that moved, didn't realize that was an infestation form. Okay, now we're coming up on a bridge. I'm tempted to like walk this pistol over there. The things that we go through to keep this rocket launcher, and we haven't even used it. Oh, now you can also throw your weapon through a wall, so maybe I need to be a little more careful here too. Okay, I'll just leave it there. You know what? Yeah, I'll just leave it there. I'm thinking there might be some flood infestation forms that will pop it over here. Oh wait, no, this is okay. I'm thinking of the other side is the side that has flood. Nonetheless, the pistol will still come in very handy. Okay, don't be afraid of that Goldilocks sword elite. Just take them head on. There's some flood right there. Now, I'm not letting them duke it out. And that's partly because the Covenant is a much bigger problem on this side of the bridge than the Flood are. The opposite will be true of the other side. Oh, out of ammo. Okay. I love the music. You know, I said the library was one of the worst levels because it's repetitive, dark, and dull. Well, guess what? I guess the Two Betrayals is repetitive, dark, and dull too. Maybe not quite as repetitive, but certainly is repetitive. Okay, I think the Flood are jumping over. The difference, though, is that this is enjoyable. You have way more variety in enemies. You have way more variety in different types of rooms, even though they are repetitive. Even though this level is a repetition of a previous level, just backwards. But one of the biggest differences is the music. Listen to the music. We're just trotting along this bridge and we're getting some serious jams. Okay, you do have to take these guys out or you risk them coming up behind you on this next part. Because this next part is that difficult room I was telling you about, that if you don't have ample shotgun ammo going into it, you're going to have a hard time. And this is going to be the first time we use our rocket launcher. Okay, deep breath, because this has a high chance of fatality for Master Chief right here. Cut them off. Cut that wave off right there. If you don't do that, you're going to be screwed. Throw another... Oh, shit. Oh, shotgun guy had a chance at me. I'll say that. Look at all this shotgun that we're using. Now, yes, it is possible to pick up some shotgun from the dead bodies, but if you come in here with an assault rifle, you're gonna get massacred. All right. Whew, we did good. We did very good. I would say there's about a 50% chance you die every time you run. If you run that exact strategy I just did, 50% chance of dying. You gotta have a well-placed rocket. You gotta have a very good entry into that top bunker, meaning you can't get blasted right off the spot by a shotgun. If you'll notice, if you go back and watch it, there is a guy who came by, walked right by me, had the chance to shotgun, and he didn't. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, these guys are packing shotguns. Be careful around them. At least two of those cats are always packing shotguns. Now, it's great for our ammo stash, but it is not great for your health if you run up against them and you're not prepared. Okay, let those elites engage the Flood. Okay, there they go. They're getting started. There's a rocket guy in this hallway, and he is not afraid. You know how we're like conserving our ammo? That guy is looking to get rid of his ammo. If you stand here, you probably see a rocket every once in a while. A rocket hit that wall. And that's why I'm standing back here. I'm not like poking around the corner. Did you hear that? Ooh, and then see that? I'm not poking around the corner because half the time you do, a big rocket intended for the elites will rush up on you. Okay, now we have to be careful. There he is. Shit. Damn. Oh, trust me, he'll turn the corner and just blast, so you gotta watch out. We got him. But he almost got us. You know, I gotta tip my hat to him. He almost got us. I mean, he was way down there. I felt like I had pretty good reflexes. I jumped out of the way as soon as I saw it coming, and we escaped by the skin of our teeth. Alright, now I am not keen to like shoot these guys with the shotgun for conservation of shotgun ammo. I can hear these guys just coming for me. Alright, and the fact that I have 1 bar of health isn't the biggest concern. I mean, the cardinal rule is already not to rush out when your shield is down. It's still a concern. That guy's got a shotgun up there, watch out. But there are also a ton of health packs on this level. Shit. Now, of course, after I say that, we might run into some trouble. Whew, that's a lot of flood to just take with 1 bar of health. You know, usually you can sit here and you're like, alright, eat my shield. If I accidentally get it wrong, then I've still got some health bars to save me. Not me. Not right now. I gotta play this safe. God, there are a lot of you. Maybe if my shield comes back now, I can just... Alright. Now my shield finally has a chance to come back. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is just a flood room. This is the room in between the 2 bridges on the other side, and... Oh, there's a health pack right there, speaking of the devil. And I really... I mean... Look, I've been made a concerted effort to conserve my shotgun, and I can already tell you it's not going to be enough. Maybe it'll be enough to get across the bridge, but after that, it's going to be... I keep hearing noises. Is there someone in here? Yeah, there's a guy over there. You know what? I'm going to walk this pistol down here. I'm going to ignore that guy. I think he's fine. Oh, Lord, that's a lot of infestation forms. Okay, I just gotta run for it. Get away from me. Alright. Now, where'd that pistol go? There it is. Now, this bridge, tougher not only because there's a ton of flood, and you can't just spam the plasma pistol like I've been doing, but also tougher because there's banshees. And now I'm not going to use the rocket to kill the banshees because it requires precision aiming, and I'll tell you what, it's going to be hard to precisely aim when these guys are coming up on you. I should not have shotgunned that guy. So what'll happen is you'll be aiming, you'll be zoomed in with the rocket launcher, and then one of those guys will lay down next to you and just explode. It's frustrating, to be sure. For that reason, I don't even bother trying to rocket the banshees. I just pistol them. Oh! Okay, I thought I got splattered, but actually the infestation forms killed me, so sweet. I should have picked up this health pack. I can't believe I pointed that out and didn't pick it up. Don't make that fatal mistake. Alright, but now we've got full health. But it does bring up an important point. Don't get splattered by that banshee. You saw how close he got. He will land right on top of your ass if you give him the chance. You know what? Maybe I should just try to focus on him first. See, look at that. I wasn't paying attention, and these guys just come make their bed next to you. Ooh, somebody got him. Wasn't me. I mean, I definitely weakened him, but there's two of them though, so let's not get cocky. I know he was turning around for me. Big disappointment when he saw I wasn't there, I'm sure. Ooh, he's feeling it. I know he's feeling it. Start seeing that smoke. Oh, I see the smoke. Oh, there it is. Gotcha. Alright. Let's just waste the rest of this pistol ammo before we move on. Now, another important consideration, wow, they're really coming for me, is the number of rocket men on this bridge. We got 3 Elton Johns, 3 rocket men. Now, usually they're dead by the time you make it over to them. That's not always the case. So be on your toes. Now, these guys don't have weapons, the ones that jump like that. They will get up and come behind you. Nope, they didn't. I'm going to throw a couple grenades because those guys definitely have rockets, at least some of them. And, yeah, look at that. Drop it. Drop it, buddy. Oh, there we go. Okay. All you got to do is get him to drop it. Oh, I think that guy's got 2, though. My God, that guy had a shot at me. He could have done it. He could have ended my run right there. Okay, I got 8 rockets and 4 shotgun shells and a flood of these things. I guess that's why they're called the flood. Now, should I pick up a different weapon? Absolutely, I should. 4 rocket shells isn't going to cut it until we get to the. You know what? Could use 2 rockets. Am I gonna pick up a plasma rifle? Oh, you know what though? I have to keep the shotgun because the next shotgun ammo stash is actually just a stash of shells. There's no physical shotgun, so if you want to keep the shotgun for a big stretch of the level here until you find one out in the wild, you kind of have to stick to it. And for that reason, this could be tough. This could get tough. Hopefully I find some shotgun in here. Like somebody holding it. Oh yeah, this is a glitch. These guys don't start until you shoot at them or the fire goes off. Where's that explosion? Come on. There it is. Alright, 2 shotgun shells. Wow. Those guys about to get rocked. Whatever they were doing. Alright, I gotta shoot these things. They're okay, none of these guys have had weapons, so I'm kinda, if I don't find a shotgun here. Oh my God, okay. Okay, you know, in every run you have that lucky moment, and this was that lucky moment. I was backing up to get away from that guy with the shotgun. I was about to get blasted again, but I accidentally backed up into a shotgun that I didn't know was there even. Oh my God, that was so lucky. I'll take it though. It's better to be lucky than good, as they say. Okay. These things, just get off of me. Look at that. Go home. Get out of here. Alright, take this nice, peaceful elevator ride. Not a single enemy. Wait. Never mind. Shit ton of enemies. Peaceful, nonetheless, though. Alright, now this is what I was saying. If you run out of shotgun at the end of this room, it can be a little bit tricky when you get out to the snow. I'll show you. Luckily, none of the flood in here have weapons. They just run up to you and melee you. So you can, if you don't have a lot of ammo, you can just run through it and survive. I know I'm being chased. I can hear them. I don't think they're as fast as me, though. Or either they're equally as fast as me. Yeah, see, I left them on my dust. Now I will turn around, make sure that I'm not being tailed. Wow, that guy's fast. That's like a 28 days later guy right there. Okay, there's a few more than I thought there would be, being honest. Okay. Now, these enemies, they're not here to attack you. Watch your radar, they will run. And you hear that, Banshee? You do not want to run out there and engage an elite and a grunt and a Banshee at the same time. Wow, why do I still hear that? Oh shit, well shoot. All three of them are still here. What are y'all doing? Yeah, that grunt will follow the elite. Get out of here. Usually they bolt right when... Oh shit, you know what? Come here, I dare you. Watch out for that wraith too. God, that would have ended me. I gotta get out of this area right here. That wraith has me pinned. Gotcha. Sit down. Now, if you don't catch that Banshee on the first rocket, you basically have to give up, because this guy will come in and just destroy you. Not that he's like the most gifted ghost user ever, but he's good enough to take you down if you're trying to aim at a Banshee, I'll say that. Now the next thing we gotta do is take out that wraith. Now he's a pretty talented wraith, I'll give him that. He will catch you. I mean, he almost got me already. And he's aiming scary accurate right now. Oh, it's so scary when all you can do is hear it. Where are you? There you are. That one's coming for me right there. Really overshot it. Now I have no idea if those two rockets hit because I was running for cover. That one hit for sure. So going for the gunner seat right there. I don't know if I got it. Come on, get him! Oh, I got him. Okay, well that just means the first two missed. Okay, I almost rocketed myself against the wall. I gotta watch that. God, look at that plasma pistol. That might miss. Alright, come on, this is getting old. Oh, did that not? Alright, you know what? If all else fails, we might have to go over there with the ghost. I'm not against taking the ghost over there and confronting that guy face to face. That might be my next move, actually. Right after we restock down here. Now, there is a nice dead elite and full health ghost right here as well, if you need it. Health pack, check. And this is what I was talking about. There's only shotgun shells. There is a physical rocket launcher. I didn't realize that. Nonetheless, I'm happy we toted this thing around. 59 rounds for shotgun. That is a beautiful sight. Alright, now maybe we did get the wraith. I haven't heard him volley. Maybe it's just because he doesn't see me that he's not been shooting. I guess we'll find out. Now, you know what? I have to take out that turret. I was gonna say that the vehicles haven't been nerfed. They don't really have anything that can stand a chance against them. The turret is the exception to that. The turret will end you if it catches you in a stream. Okay, here we go. And yeah, I guess we did get the Wraith. Look at that. Hell yeah. Now, as I was saying, Halo 1 is not well balanced when it comes to vehicles, in the sense that vehicles are heavily favored. I mean, look at that. I got hit with a fully charged up plasma pistol and took off 1 bar of health. In Halo 2 and other Halo games, that would actually freeze your vehicle up. You basically have to get out of it. In this one, not the case. I didn't even take a hit to my health. Okay, and you can still splatter. Now I do have to be careful because if your vehicle runs out of health, it'll just blow up. You know. So for that reason, I'm gonna ditch this one. And there's no boost. You know, I'm pressing L to boost, like I'm in Halo 2 or 3 or Reach. I forget which ones have it, but not Halo 1, that's for sure. Got a peaceful, snowy, dark level. I do like the atmosphere in this. Alright. Now, we're entering a part of the level that is vehicle heavy for us. We will want to be the ones in the vehicle. It's as important as the cardinal rule of not going out of cover when you don't have a shield. The corollary is, if you have a vehicle, use it. Unless it's like in the red, which, gosh, this one's almost in the red. So we may have to dump it, but not yet. This is just grunts, but don't be fooled. These are plasma grenade happy grunts. If you get too close, they will start chunking. Yep, look at that. Don't mess around, just get out of their way and come back. Look at that, he almost got me too. Now we will go back to get that Warthog in a little bit and some of the ammo down there, but first you really need to take out the 2 Banshees. And you can do it in the Ghost. Should I do it in the Ghost? We got Rocket, and that's what they're for. And you have to lure them out by coming out here. So you're completely defenseless. Oh, I see one. What you don't want is both of them coming at you at once, so I see. Now he's gonna fire his green thing first. That loser didn't even get close enough to fire his green bomb thing. Where's that second? The second one is usually hiding. Oh shit. 2 for 2, baby. That's what we like to see. Now, the key to aiming at those Banshees, if you go back, rewind it a little bit, and watch where I was aiming, is they're descending. They're descending. So, you have to fire just a little bit below them. Not like totally below them, but just not center of them either. Otherwise, it'll go right over them. It's happened to me a million times. It just seems so natural to fire at them right in the center, but the perfect shot is actually slightly beneath them. Alright, now I should have walked back here because I'm going to have to go back and get that Ghost after I've finished my business with the Warthog. But whatever, we'll just be making the long walk back. Or I guess actually I can just drive the Warthog back. Okay, but the reason I have the Warthog is because it is the best thing in the world to splatter these cats right here. Whoa, boom! Splatter spree, baby. Okay. Now, I don't know about splattering them on the hill, but come out and play a little bit and I'll get you. Boom! People say it's easy to kill the hunters with the pistol. It's way easier to kill him with Warthog. Best way in the game to kill a hunter. Well, I don't know about the best, but definitely the most fun. And if you're playing co-op, I don't want to drive off. If you're playing co-op, you don't have to use the ghost at all. Just hop in the Warthog. One person splatters the hunters, and the second person guns down the banshees all at once. And it works famously. Alright, so now we're not... You know what? I don't think I... Did I pick up the rocket ammo already? I don't think I did. You know what? Let's take a look. Yep, picked it up. This is probably the riskiest thing I've done in a while. Stand that close to the ledge. You're dead if you fall off of that. Alright, now, what I was saying is we're not out of the woods yet. Ooh, you know what? I'll never know what hit him. Boom. God, what a true shot. That is nice. Okay, now we do have to take out the Wraith on the other side. And I'll say it takes forever to take it out in the Ghost. But it's also one of the safest ways to play it, so I am going to go for the Ghost takedown of the Wraith. It's because, you know, that rocket shot that I just said was true. It was true. The Ghost is not true. Look at this spray that we're putting out on that thing. I mean, half of them are missing. But you don't want to get too close, because if you get too close, that Wraith can actually kind of line drive a shot towards you. The volley makes it basically impossible for him to hit you. So this is just death by 1,000 cuts for that poor Wraith. He's not getting any support. You know, if there's a... Well, I guess I say that. Somebody hopped in that gunner. I do have to be wary of that, because if I get caught in a nice little stream of fire, that can really hurt. So, I'm halfway tempted to hop out of here and rocket that gunner, but this thing's got to be close to dying, right? Come on. Smoking. Ah, finally. Okay. Oh shit! Oh! Whoo! That stupid Wraith almost got a kill from the grave. Look, this is about a 2 feet difference between a kill from the grave and a not. And by stupid Wraith, I mean highly skilled Wraith driver who almost ended me. You can never give up on him on Legendary. Now, I do have a problem with approaching these elites right here. They're crafty. If you use the Ghost, they can actually, I don't know, give you a pretty good battle. So, and if you come up here... Well, is one coming around for me? This is aggressive and unusual. They don't usually do that. Wow. Didn't pay off. I see why they don't usually do that. Well, now that there's only one... Okay, well, cardinal rule. Don't go out there with your shield down. I get it. But now that there's only one, this is going to be a lot easier. In fact, I probably could just get the Ghost now that... Oh, yeah. You know, they always roll around, try to escape those grenades, but if you throw a grenade to the left and then shoot a rocket to the right, it always sandwiches in them. Sandwiches them. Okay. Now, like I said, vehicles are unbalanced. Oh shit, what the hell? That was something I had not accounted for. And could potentially make this next part a little bit more difficult now that I only have 1.5 Banshees to play with. Because while I was saying that vehicles are unbalanced, against other vehicles they're actually pretty fairly balanced, and against fuel rods, unfortunately. And we're about to encounter both. Now I'm circling. I'm not, so consider yourself a submarine right here. Alright, just play along with me for a second. And the surface of the water is above that cliffside. If you go above... Oh my god. Okay, I was gonna say if you go above the surface of the water, you're more likely... I gotta get out or that thing's gonna kill me. Oh. You know what? I'll put that thought on pause because I am taking on this Banshee. What is it doing? I'm taking on this glitched out Banshee with the shotgun, I guess. What is it? Honestly, what is it doing? I've never seen one do that. You never know what's going to happen in a playthrough, and, well, I never expected to be shot by a fuel rod on the extreme periphery of that cliffside, although I guess it shouldn't be totally unexpected. But, here we go. Now, back to that analogy. There's still one more Banshee roaming around. You want to take them out underwater, as it were. You're like a whale, and they're hunting whales up there, and you're trying to surprise them. Now I hear that Banshee. Where is it? Is it above me? Below me? You don't want to go hunting above the water before you clear out all the enemies in the water. Where are you? Is that the sound of my Banshee? I am scared. When you hear an enemy and you can't find out where it is. Alright, well, let's breach the water and just go find out what's waiting for us up here. Not seeing that other oh, nope, that's an elite firing a plasma rifle. I don't know where the other Banshee is. Maybe there's not one. I don't know. Maybe it hasn't spawned yet. Usually there's two Banshees, and that's what's gonna be on my mind until the second one arrives, or until we leave this area. Okay. That was not a good move right there. There's no way I could have killed that elite in one green plasma shot, and there's also no way I could stick around to fight him, so don't waste your time doing that. He's really the last guy you gotta take out. Alright, back beneath the water, where I would previously had said you're relatively safe, but as we know, that's not always the case. There's also guys over here. Many with fuel rods. God, that was risky, flying over the land like that. Especially when this is the last Banshee I have. The other one's got like a single bar of red, so... Alright, come up at a pretty sharp angle to get above them. I guess that second Banshee just isn't coming, or... I don't know. Maybe I killed it. Whew. I had the heat on me, that's for sure. Alright, let's gain some height and make another pass. Make another pass at these cats if there's any left. Oh yeah, you're still there. Shoot. Well, that was a fail. Took that guy's shield off but didn't finish him. Had to get out of there because the other elite was coming at me. As a general rule of thumb, it is true you'll want to take out all the enemies right here first. Look, I don't know if I have the health to take on that guy with a Banshee, so I'm going to take him on foot. Let's see if I regret this. So far, I am regretting it, if I'm being honest. Where are you? There you are. Alright, you know, fate is smiling on us a little bit because that was lucky. I made probably the wrong decision to get off my Banshee, although I was a little bit forced. Oh, you know what? I wonder if this is the second Banshee and somehow it flipped. I bet it is, and I bet it has full health. Anyways, made the wrong decision. Forced into the wrong decision by a weak Banshee over there, really. And I got lucky. Stuck the Goldilocks. And look at this. We found a full health Banshee that really shouldn't have been there. What a stroke of luck. I'll take it. And, just like that, we're at the second phase pulse generator. Now, I still got my rocket launcher. I don't really need it because there's going to be a bunch of guys with actual rocket launchers in here. But I will pick up their ammo. This is not an easy room. Listen to that. I don't even know if there's Covenant in there. I guess they're fighting Sentinels, but it's just a ton of rocket guys. I mean, half the guys in there are packing rockets. So don't ever just face an enemy in here and expect you can exchange fire. Look at that. Expect that they have a rocket launcher. You should assume everyone in here has a rocket launcher until proven otherwise. Look, there's another rocket over there. Alright. Now, why is the rocket launcher important? Because it is our ticket out of here. Fragmentation grenades and rocket launchers are our ticket out of here. Because guess what? We're gonna... That guy's definitely... Okay. I was gonna say definitely has a rocket launcher, but he didn't. Okay. This room... Oh, shit. This room and the hallway are gonna be stuffed full of flood. And we're gonna have no shield once that phase pulse generator gets wrecked. What are we actually doing to it? Destroying it? I didn't think we're destroying it. I thought we were like disabling it. Either way, our shield's gonna be zilch. And we're gonna have to get out of here lickety split. How we do that? It's not with the shotgun, it's not with plasmas, it's with a rocket launcher and fragmentation grenades. Watch. Also, this is extremely dangerous. Okay, now get the deep cat. Oh shit. Now you gotta go. You gotta go. Oh fuck. Alright, we just gotta be faster. I think that's the answer. Now there's just so many enemies coming out of that front door that I don't know if we're gonna be faster. Maybe I need to... God, I hate these things. If we're going to be faster, I think probably I need to get that first rocket a lot deeper into the door. And throw a frag. And maybe turn around and thin out some people behind me. I don't know. Would that pay dividends? Could. Well, there you have it. Just turn around and rocket someone. I'm sure there's more coming, so a little precautionary grenade there, but that did the trick. So what did I do? I got a deep first rocket in the hallway, followed it up with a frag, and then turned around and... I do not want to be followed. But I also don't want to attract a legion of flood. I turned around, shot a rocket to kind of fend them off, and then just blazed through with a shotgun. What a complicated phase pulse generator to get out of. Alright, the tunnels below.
She put down 1,200 kilometers upspin. Energy readings show her fusion reactors are still powered up.
So,
the systems on the Pillar of Autumn
we'll listen to Cortana
I can't override without
first.
authorization from the captain. We'll need to find him, or his neural implants, to start the fusion core detonation.
And she is a talker. Is she done? Nope, of course not. Why would she be done? I'm ready to wrap this video up, Cortana, so if you're done, I'm done as well. So, the tunnels below will be part 3. Part 1, we took out the first phase pulse generator. Part 2, we took out the second phase pulse generator. Now, I'll say part 2 culminated in what was probably the hardest part of this stretch. Part 3 The phase pulse generator actually won't be that hard. It will be getting to it that is the difficult part. So, sorry about you, Goldilocks. That was unfair what happened to you. But so, we'll call that. This will be the end of part 2 right here. And we'll pick it up and we'll go and destroy/disable the third phase pulse generator next time. So until then, thanks for watching and take it easy.